Today we're going to discuss about the measles or mas kilala natin siya as tawag as natigdas. So ano nga ba ang measles? Measles is a highly infectious illness caused by the rubella virus. It is a viral disease that can spread rapidly and normally passes without treatment for 7 to 10 days. So ibig sabihin nun, even di ka nag-treatment, hindi ka nagpagamot, di ka pumunta sa ospital, magka-pass lang siya ng 7 to 10 days. It can heal itself for 7 to 10 days. Measles is considered as endemic disease since it is continually present in the community and many people develop resistance to it. Bakit natin nasabing many people develop resistance to it? Resistance kasi, once na nagkaroon ka na ng measles or tinatawag na natin na tigdas, yung katawan mo nagde-develop ng resistance and most likely na hindi ka na uli magkakaroon ng measles for the second time. Pero paano nga ba natatransmit ang measles? Measles can spread through others through coughing and sneezing. Also, measles virus can live up to 2 hours in an airspace where the infected person coughed or sneezed, which means yung virus or yung rubella virus can live up dun sa space na hinatsingan or inubuhan ng isang infected na patient for up to 2 hours. Measles can also spread by infected people through others 4 days before and after na maglabas yung rashes. Ibig sabihin, kahit wala ka pang rash at infected ka, pwede ka pa rin makahawa ng ibang tao. Also remember na measles is a disease of humans. Measles is not a virus spread by other animal species, which means if yung tanong is kung may lamok tapos nakagat yung isang tao na may measles, nakakahawa ba? The answer is no, since yung measles virus, hindi siya nakakagawang spread ng other animal species. Last year, 2019, nagkaroon nga ng Philippine measles outbreak reported or declared by the Department of Health sa Metro Manila since nagkaroon ng 550% increase ang number of patients from January 1 to February 6, 2019 compared to the figures of the equivalent period noong 2018. Nagkaroon din ng declaration ng outbreak sa 6 na region pa, which is Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Western Visayas, Central Visayas, and Northern Mindanao. A joint report by the United Nations Children Fund or the UNICEF and the World Health Organization or the WHO stated na yung outbreak nag-start siya much earlier in late 2017 in Mindanao, which means hindi lang siya noong 2018 hindi lang siya nangyari noong 2019, which is nangyari na siya in late 2017 pa doon sa may area ng Mindanao. In connection to the measles outbreak in the Philippines, the government had been maintaining a tally of confirmed cases and deaths of measles nationwide, including the regions that were not officially experiencing a measles outbreak. Confirmed cases as of March 2016, 2019, confirmed cases nationwide had a total of 23,563, confirmed death of 338, and outbreaks of 6 out of 17 regions, which is in 17 regions nga is yung mga na discussed earlier: Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Western Visayas, Central Visayas, and Northern Mindanao, including the Metro Manila.
Measles, pre-vaccine era, in 9th century, a Persian doctor published the first written account about measles. In 1757, Francis Home, a Scottish physician, that measles is caused by infection agent in the blood of patient. In 1912, measles became a nationally notifiable disease in the United States, requiring U.S. healthcare providers and laboratory to report all diagnosis cases. In the first decade, reporting an average of 6,000 measles-related deaths were reported each year. In the decade of 1963, when a vaccine became available, nearly all children got measles by the time they were 15 years of age. Vaccine development. 1994, John F. Enders and Dr. Thomas C. Peoples collected blood sample from several ill students during a measles outbreak in Boston, Massachusetts. They wanted to isolate the measles virus in the students' blood and create a measles vaccine. They succeed in isolating measles in 13 years old David Edmonston blood. In 1963, John Enders and colleagues transformed their Edmonston B strain of measles virus into a vaccine and licensed in the United States. In 1968, an improved and event weaker measles vaccine developed by Maurice Hilleman and colleagues began to be distributed. This vaccine, called the Edmonston Enders strain, has been only measles vaccine used, is usually combined with mumps and rubella, called MMR, or combined with mumps, rubella, and varicella or chickenpox, called MMRV.
So, dito naman tayo sa signs and symptoms ng measles. So, nag-a-appear siya around 10 to 14 days after the virus. Ang unang-unang sign is yung fever, dry cough, runny nose, sore throat, inflamed eyes or conjunctivitis. Conjunctivitis, other term for sore eyes. Tapos, tiny white spots with bluish white centers on a red background found inside the mouth on the inner lining of the cheeks, or also called as Koplik spot. So, ito naman yung makikita natin sa loob ng ating mouth. Sa, kung tawagin ay buccal mucosa. Found especially on the inside of the cheek or opposite the first and upper molars. Sabi dito, look like tiny grains of white sand, each surrounded by a red ring. Tapos, skin rashes made up of large, flat blotches that often flow into one another. Ito naman yung makikita natin sa iba't ibang parte ng ating katawan, yung mga rashes na tumutubo. So, yung pangatlong stage po is acute illness and rash. The rash consists of small red spots, some of which are slightly raised. Spots and bumps in tight clusters give the skin a splotchy red appearance. The face breaks out first. So, over the next few days, the rash spreads down the arms and trunk. Then, over the thighs, lower legs, and feet. So, usually po, nagsisimula siya sa muka, sa parte ng katawan, lalo na dito sa chest, sa arms, pababa hanggang feet, sabi po dito. And at the same time, the fever rises sharply. Yung sobrang taas is 104 to 100.8 Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit 40 to 41 Celsius. So, ayan. Sabi dito, the measles rash gradually recedes, fading first from the face and last from the thighs and feet. So, ito na yung last stage, communicable period. Ito yung mabilis ka nang mahawa, nakakahawa na. A person with measles can spread the virus to others for about 8 days. Sabi po dito, 8 days. Starting 4 days before the rash appears and ending when the rash has been present for 4 days. So, dito naman po tayo sa risk factors. So, ito yung chance na maaring ma-develop yung disease kapag hindi naagapan. So, unang-una is yung being unvaccinated. If you haven't received the vaccine for measles, you're much more likely to develop disease. Napaka-importante po ng vaccine, lalong-lalo na sa mga bata. Kasi dito, maaring maprotektahan sila sa iba't ibang iba't ibang sakit, lalong-lalo na yung measles po. So, para hindi sila madaling mahawa. So, usually naman po nagtatagal to hanggang ang kailangan po natin na vaccine is yung MMR vaccine. So, sabi po dito, most childhood vaccines are 90% to 99% effective in preventing disease. Sabi, the symptoms are usually less serious than in a child who hasn't been vaccinated. So, sobrang mahalaga po talaga yung vaccine para ma-prevent natin yung mga diseases na maaring kaharapin natin. Ganun. So, ayan yung pangalawa, yung traveling internationally. If you travel to developing countries where measles is more common, you're at higher risk of catching the disease. So, kung alam naman po natin na wala pa tayong vaccines, ganun, bago tayo mag-travel, napakahalaga ng vaccine. Kasi hindi natin alam kung ano-anong sakit yung maaring makuha natin sa pagta-travel sa iba't ibang lokal or international, ganun, ibang country. Kaya, ayun. Yung pangatlo, yung having a vitamin A deficiency. If you don't have enough vitamin A in your diet, you're more likely to have more severe symptoms and complications. So, yun po, kailangan din po natin palakasin yung ating resistensya or yung immune system natin. Mag-take po tayo ng mga merong content ng vitamin A para iwas komplikasyon na din. So, after 2 to 3 days after symptoms begin, so yun nga po yung sabi ko kanina, yung Koplik spots. So, ito yung itsura niya. Kung kita po sa camera. Ito yung Koplik spot. Yung mga white spots dito sa gilid. Para din siyang rashes. Kaso, sa loob ng mouth. So, after 3 to 5 days naman, after symptoms, ulit, so, ito. Ito po, yung mga rashes. Marahil familiar na po tayo sa mga rashes na yan. Kasi, kahit hindi naman po measles, minsan nagkaka-rashes tayo sa hindi natin alam na dahilan, ganun. So, ayun, treatment for measles. Sabi dito, there's no specific treatment for measles. Unlike bacterial infections, viral infections aren't sensitive to antibiotics. The virus and symptoms typically disappear in about 2 or 3 weeks. So, ang isang treatment din dito is yung antibiotics. So, this can help prevent an infection or lessen its severity. They include a measles vaccine given within 72 hours of exposure. So, yung vaccine ulit to. A dose of immune proteins called immunoglobulin taken within 6 days of exposure. So, yun yung maaring ibigay sa inyo or i-recommend ng mga doktor. So, eto pa, your doctor may recommend the following to help you recover. Yun nga yung isa sa antibiotics or yung mali, yung isa sa mga gamot na maaari mong magamit is yung acetaminophen or Tylenol or ibuprofen or Advil to reduce fever. So, ito yung tinatawag natin sa atin na paracetamol dito sa lugar natin, sa bansa natin. Paracetamol din siya kung tawagin. kailangan din natin ng rest to help boost your immune system. Tapos, kailangan natin ng sleep ng 8 hours, lalo na sa age natin. Ayan. Yung pangatlo is plenty of fluids. Kailangan din natin ng maraming tubig. Yung inumin, ganun. A humidifier to easy cough and sore throat. Tapos, ayun, gaya na sabi ko po kanina, is yung vitamin A supplements. Ayun. Other prevention methods. Not everyone can receive the measles vaccination, but there are other ways that you can help to prevent the spread of measles. So, eto, yung unang-una, pinakamahalaga, is practice good hand hygiene. Wash your hands before eating, after using the bathroom, and before touching your face, mouth, or nose. Siyempre, kailangan po natin ng malinis yung kamay natin bago tayo humawak sa ating parte ng katawan. Bago kumain, ganun. Kasi maaari tayong mahawa or maaari tayong mapasahan agad ng kahit anong sakit kapag ganun. Gaya po ngayon dahil usong-uso yung coronavirus. Tapos ayan yung pangalawa, don't share personal items with people who may be ill. This can include things like eating utensils, drinking glasses, and toothbrush. So, eto, ano to, lalo na sa mga magkakaibigan, kasi minsan di ba nasi-share sila ng drink bottles nila, ganon, pagkain. So, kailangan iwasan din natin to. Kasi, yan, masyado tayong risk sa mga sakit. So, sabi nga kasi personal items. Yung pangatlo is avoid coming into contact with people who are sick. Hanggat maaari, kung talagang, kung jowa mo yun, layuan mo muna kahit hanggat may sakit siya, wag mo nang ano na ako masabi. So, ayun pa, sorry. Other prevention methods. So, here are some stages of cure during the infection over a period of 2 to 3 weeks. So, first, infection incubation. For the first 10 to 14 days after you infected, the measles virus incubates. You have no signs or symptoms of measles during this time. So, dito, parang hindi pa siya masyadong halata yung mga symptoms. So, dito naman sa pangalawa, non-specific signs and symptoms, measles typically begins with a mild to moderate fever. Yung sinat hanggang papataas yung lagnat. Yun yung unang sintomas. So, accompanied by a persistent cough, runny nose, inflamed eyes or conjunctivitis. Yun nga yung parang sore eyes, pamamaga ng mata or watery eye, ganun, and sore throat. Yun, yung pananakit na lalamunan, yung tonsil, ganun. This is a relatively mild illness, may last 2 or 3 days. Tumatagal din daw yun ng 2 hanggang 3 araw. So, if you're sick with measles, or kung tayo naman daw po yung merong measles, kung magkakaroon tayo, mas mabuting, sabi dito, stay home from work or school and other public places until you aren't contagious. This is 4 days after you first develop the measles rush. So, napakahalaga kung mag-i-stay muna tayo sa bahay para magpagaling without interacting others. So, isipin muna natin yung magiging kapakanan ng iba para hindi sila mahawa. So, yung pangalawa po is avoid contact with people who may be vulnerable to infection, such as infants too young to be vaccinated and immunocompromised people. So, dito, kailangan i-avoid natin, lalo na yung mga babies pa lang, yung hindi pa pwedeng mag-take ng mga vaccines, ganun. Or yung mga unvaccines na tao. Para din sa kanila or sa kapakanan nila. Tapos yung pangatlo, cover your nose and mouth if you need to cough or sneeze. Dispose of all used tissues promptly. If you don't have tissue available, sneeze into the crook of your elbow, not into your hand. So, ito napakahalaga din po, lalo na kung meron tayong sipon at ubo. Kailangan yung mga ginamit nating tissues is hindi kung saan-saan nakalagay, kundi nakalagay ito dapat sa isang lalagyan, hindi yung nakakalat. Kasi prone yun para makahawa sa mga nakapaligid sa atin. Tapos, yung panghuli po is, be sure to wash your hands frequently and to disinfect any surface or objects that you touch frequently. So, ito, yung palagi sa ating ina-advise is, maghugas tayo ng kamay lagi sa lahat ng pagkakataon. Lalo na ngayon, coronavirus. Kailangan natin, bago tayo kumain, kailangan maghugas tayo ng kamay. Pag galing tayo sa public places at may nakahawak tayo, hindi naman may iwasan. So, kailangan, meron din tayong mga alcohol or personal na gamit. Kailangan din natin ng face mask. Ayan. So, yung other complications associated, mga complications po na maaaring nating makuha through measles are, unang-una po is yung ear infection, bronchitis, tas croup. So, yung croup po is the inflammation of larynx and trachea. Tas, maaari din po itong mag-cause ng breathing difficulties. So, yung severe diarrhea or yung hydration, maaari din po tayong mabulag or blindness kung hindi natin ito naagapan. At ganun din po yung mga pregnant, hindi din sila ligtas. Ang maaari nilang makuha is yung miscarriage or preterm labor. So, ito namang huli is subacute sclerosing panencephalitis or SSPE, a rare degenerative condition of the nervous system that develops years after infection. So, etong sakit po na to is madedevelop siya after ng ilang years kung nagkaroon ka na ng infection. Ayan. Yung naka-quote dito, yung pinaka-last is, you can get measles more than once. After you had the virus, you're immune for life. So, sabi dito, ibig sabihin, hindi ka makakaroon ng measles more than once in your life. Ayan. After you had the virus, you're immune for life. Yan, sabi nila. However, measles and its potential complications are preventable through vaccinations. Kaya po napakahalaga ng vaccines para ma-prevent natin tong measles. Lalong-lalo na yung mga bata pa lang, talagang prone sila dito kung wala silang vaccine. Hindi lang po yung family natin yung mapoprotektahan, nape-prevent din nito yung patuloy na pagkalat sa communities.